founder of a homegrown FMCG company who gave the big boys a run for their money with his grit, determination and some smart innovation.
CavinKare probably revolutionized the selling of to the bottom of the pyramid.
He always will see the opportunities. We don't see any kind of constraints.
A man who believes that being a price warrior can't always ensure profitable growth.
He was very clearly a Lambi race ka ghoda, and he also was a man of destiny.
An entrepreneur who's just as passionate about his brands and business as he is about his sanctuary.
He spends so much time in office, and equally he spends time with us and the birds and everything.
He is C.K.Ranganathan of CavinKare.
They always say you need to be proud to be your dad's daughter.
And C.K.Ranganathan is proud to be his father's son. Few people know that Chinni Krishnan was the original innovator of the sachet. He believed that whatever a rich man can enjoy, a poor man should afford. 20 years down the line, C.K.Ranganathan and Chick Shampoo have made that dream a reality.
The rural areas, the shampoo consumption was not as high, so there was an element of probably education also involved, where I guess if I remember right, they used to have demonstration. Then they expanded their product portfolio. They got in some additional fragrances in the market. They also got movie actress, South Indian actress to endorse their brand, and probably they also did some advertising in between Rajnikant movies, and obviously Rajnikant is a huge draw. The best thing for them is today the big players like a Unilever or a P&G, all of them have gone through that route.
And while the big boys try to penetrate the rural market where CavinKare has a majority share, C.K.Ranganathan is concentrating on taking his business global. I read in an interview that you'd earlier given, you said in another decade we will be an HUL in the making. Is that what's been driving you right through your journey with CavinKare so far?
I think we want to be a global company, and we have been always admiring the way HUL has grown worldwide, and particularly in India.
So which is the product from the competition that you think is right up there?
P&G's product I'm always fascinated. Pantene is one, Head and Shoulders is one.
But as the Hindustan Unilevers and the P&Gs of the world try and go into the rural markets, the markets where you actually, started addressing 2 decades ago, you're actually moving into the markets that they've been addressing for several years now.
Without losing.
Without losing market share.
Suppose, for example, I introduced 2 products in the high-end segment. I introduced 3 in the low-end.
But why do you want to make this switch?
I need to continue to upgrade my customers, because customer won't stay still. They will keep on climbing up. Therefore, I need to have products at each point so that I don't lose market share.
How hard has it been taking on the Hindustan Unilevers and the P&Gs in the marketplace?
I won't say it is easy, but it is not very difficult either. And we enjoy the game, and the process will
Is that because they're complacent and haven't seen you as a threat?
No, I don't think so. I think they're responding very well nowadays. It's not like what it used to be in those days. We were not at all taken note of. So we have been seriously, every action there is a reaction.
Really?
So yeah, absolutely.
Give me an example.
I mean, in the marketplace, you offer some displays or some schemes, there is a reaction. When you do that, and they counter it with some price points, some kind of schemes and such kind of things.
So does it make you happy that they're finally taking note of you?
No, this has been happening for the last almost a decade. Not now, kind of a thing. So now we are used to that. So that made us also, it's not easy for us to the growth to come by. When it is easier means when somebody is not taking note of you, kind of this thing. Now you are noticed.
And that is bound to happen when an upstart from Cuddalore has his hands on the pulse of the consumer and a mind that's always 2 steps ahead of the curve.
Nearly 2000 we were doing close to about 120 crore business. That time he wants to implement SAP. The vendor came, did all the assessment, and finally given the feedback, where do you want to SAP, let you reach 500 crores or 1000 crores, that time we will come. It's very expensive. He said, I am not seeing today, I know this is expensive, I am affordable to invest, I am seeing for future.
But CKR wasn't a born genius. In the early 1980s, just out of college, it took him some time to find his feet.
He had come to Bombay along with his brother. The initial impression was that he is a very quiet, reserved kind of a person, and I got to know him better when he branched out on his own. CKR was, he come from Kadalur, and he had not worked for any large company, but yet almost every single thing that he was doing on his own was what a large company would do.
They have been a reasonably conservative group. In 20 years, they have not, got into 50 product category. They have not done, extra things. So to that extent, I think it has been a very measured and strategic growth. And now I see them suddenly opening up and getting into newer categories, and suddenly in a short span they are doing many things.
CavinKare entered the beauty salon business in 2002. Last year, CKR joined hands with his younger brother and merged his Limelight and Green Trends brands with Naturals. Plans are now afoot to take the chain national. In 2008, CavinKare made acquisitions in the packaged foods and beverages space. And this is the first company in India to sell pickles in a sachet for just 50 paise. In 2009, CKR opened his first restaurant in Pondicherry and now has 3 restaurant chains.
I understand